Hello everyone, this is going to be a tutorial on how to start your robot. I'm going to show you a couple of various tools and stuff, and just so you can understand a few ways to make a few different things in SOLIDWORKS. So once you've selected which robot you want to do, what you have to do is start to plan out how you're going to build your robot. So I have a bit of a time constraint on this video, so I'm going to do a pretty simple robot. So I've chosen to do just Bender, to do Bender, and if I highly suggest you do not do Bender because it is a very simple robot and you will not get a good mark if you do it. This is just a tutorial just to show you how to use tools, not how to make Bender. So please don't do Bender. It's just for education reasons. So what you'll do is find your images online, what you want to use. If you can find orthographics, that's the best, because it'll help you plan them out a little bit better. But for this case, I only have just this image here. So what you do is download the image, open it up in Illustrator, and what you can start doing is, first of all, because the robot actually needs to be a specific height of 15 centimeters, it needs to fit in the 15 centimeter box. So draw a line in Illustrator. So you can do that by just drawing a straight line from the side here, and you can actually determine the height based on these credentials up top here. So if you just type in like 15 centimeters, then it's to that exact height. And then you resize your image so that it fits to that height. And then from there you can go and make a bunch of other measurements just so you can understand how big the part needs to be and stuff like that. And I can now tell the height of his foot, the height of his leg. The difference of these two measurements is the height of the body, 5.1 centimeters. And then I can draw a couple lines like this. This is going across the body. And I know that'll be 3 centimeters. Take one here from his shoulders, I guess. About 3.8 centimeters. And so what I can do is I can just get a better understanding of what the actual dimensions of the robot is. So if you have a more complicated robot, this may take a little bit more time, and you can always do individual parts instead of doing the whole thing at once. So once you have that and you have like a good understanding, another thing as well is you can always just take a sketch, or you can draw a sketch of them as well, if you're not using one from online, if you're just creating one. Yeah, so basically what you could do is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the body. You don't need to start with the body as well with your robot. If you want to start from the legs, then that's fine, but I'm just going to start with the body just because I can show you a bunch of different variations of using different tools to make things. So yeah, so I'll close this and start a new part in SOLIDWORKS. Yeah, so since I actually had all my measurements in centimeters, I just want to make sure that it is in centimeters. So if you go up here near the Options tab, if you go Options and Document Properties and then to Units right here, you can specify which units you want to use. So I'm going to use millimeter gram seconds, just so I can have it all in metric. And if you see in the very bottom corner here, you'll come up here. You can also change it here as well if you need to. That's just a couple clicks. Yeah, so what we can do is we can get started. So a couple different tools I'll show you are the extrusion, revolve, swept boss, lofted boss, and then maybe a couple others in there. We can do like a couple of swept cuts or something. I don't know. But we'll kind of do the simple ones first. So basically, there's a couple different tools. If I were to sketch here, create a new sketch. I'm going to build Bender basically by drawing this lower circle and extruding it up to the next. And I'll show you a couple of different ways. That way you can get an angle on it, I guess, a draft. And then I'll do another extrusion. So I'll build this whole body just solely on extrusions. So come back into SOLIDWORKS. So sketch on the top plane here. So it's normal 2. Put a dimension on here. Again, I hit the letter S to get that shortcut menu. It's a very helpful tool. So it's in millimeters, so to specify, I can either type 3 centimeters, or I can just put 30. The sketch is black. It's good to have black sketches in SOLIDWORKS, just that way you make sure that they're all defined and not going to move around and stuff like that. So I can exit this sketch. Go to Features and Extrude. Okay, so I know that I want this to be exactly 5.1 centimeters high based on that image that I have. Actually, so yeah, so 5.1 is from here to here, so I want to actually check this quickly. So I can do is just, draw another line. Yeah, about there is fine. Double check that. Yeah, sure. So it says 1.6238 inches, so I can just even copy that and then go back into SOLIDWORKS here. Place that in. There we go. And so if you select this little draft on-off tool right here, you can actually, so it's going inward right now, so just draft outward. You can actually increase this, and that's okay right there. And if you actually select that edge of the circle, if you look in the bottom right here, it'll tell you what the actual sizes are. So this says that there's a 3.8 or 38.67 millimeter diameter. If I go back to my Illustrator here. Okay, so that was a total accident. I got exactly the right measurement there, but so basically that's how you can get that. Do is now sketch on top of this surface. I can use the Convert Entities tool, and what that does is it creates a line drawing along the entire perimeter of your surface. So from here I can use the Feature tool again, do another extrusion. And then based on the sketch, the difference between here and here, do another line quickly. Yeah, close enough. So it's that size, copy, paste, and I'm going to do the same thing where I put a draft. This time I want to go inward, and it's a lot more draft in it, so I'll put it around, let's go with that, see if that works. Again, select that, 18.48, so it's 2, so it's a little bit too much there, so what we'll do is go back and edit that. So let's lower the draft a bit, let's go with that. So yeah, that's close enough. So basically that's with the bender's body, it's pretty simple to do. That's one tool doing it, so that's using only extrusions. So what we'll do is show a couple tools quickly here. So I'll just make a new part instead. Okay, so the next one I'm going to do is a revolve. So basically what we do is go to a front plane or right plane, doesn't matter as long as it's in the correct orientation. And you can start to draw some lines of roughly half the profile of what they look like. I just hit escape there to get out of the sketch. You can do as well is I'm going to put a center line down the middle. And I'm going to start dimensioning a few of these. This was 30 divided by 2. You can add some calculations in there, I'll do it for you. Or you can just type in what you need. And this was 30 divided by 2. Oop. Just double check this. Okay. And then the height of this, I'm not sure, so we'll do is double check that. What it was again. Copy. Dimension on here. Paste that in. so the overall is too short. It was 5.1 centimeters. There we go. So sketch is all black, just what we need. So at this point you go to features, revolve, boss here. It'll give you this error because I made a construction line instead of a solid line, but if you just click yes here, it knows that it's supposed to be a solid. So it'll do the revolve just like that. So this is it's a very simple way of doing it. Let's do one more, maybe two more. Don't have a lot of time. I'll do a loft just to show. So with the loft, it's going to be kind of difficult because you need to actually define each plane. So what I'll do first is make those planes. So the top plane, hold Control and click on the edge. And you create a new plane. There we go. It's kind of slow because I have multiple parts open now. So that height was, I think it's still in my Control Copy command, so I can just hit Control Paste. There we go. And then I'll make this visible too. And then from here, I can't remember what that is, so just check with me. So now you have all the planes that you need to create this loft. So do a sketch on the first one. Circle. It's 30. Control B, rebuild the sketch just to exit out of it, or you can hit that button there. Sketch on the next plane. Create. Control D again. So the 2, and then here we go with this one. Do another sketch. This was 2. Okay, so you kind of see it's almost like a little wireframe of how it's going to fit together. So from here you go to loft base, select the first circle, second circle, and then third circle. Okay, there. So right now it's all kind of like a bulbous kind of shape. So that's not what we want, so what we're going to have to do is insert some guides. So if we go to one of the planes that crosses through the sketches, sketch on that. Normal 2. What you can do is just draw a couple lines that are just ambiguous, like just in the air, doesn't really matter. Hit the point, hold Control, and then click the sketch. You'll get a pierce relation right here. And same thing at the bottom. Pierce. It becomes black just like that. Rebuild. And then, actually no, we're going to continue that sketch instead. There's those. And then with this, pierce. There we go. Rebuild. Loft. Get the circles in order. And then we got. Okay, so it did only half of what I wanted it to do, so if you go and just add a little bit more guides, it'll actually define it. So you can see this tool just takes a lot more time. It looks like it has a gut or something. So what you need to do is just determine, or download the images that you're going to do, create just a little Illustrator drawing just so you can understand how the parts are going to be made and how they're going to be assembled, and then start choosing individual pieces to make. And if you take each part kind of like one step at a time, it'll come together. Just go to the other ones. So obviously these are more simple tools. I was actually able to get the result a lot better than the other. But yeah, just keep trying the different tools, and if you have any questions, again, you can come for me and I'll be able to help you out. Yeah, good luck.